Hi, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite books ever. This one's called Women Who Run with Wolves by Clarissa, Pinkola, Estes. Um, this is a very inspirational book for me. Every time I read it, I feel like a wild wolf, and it also makes me want to drink coffee for some reason. Though I'm not really a big coffee drinker. That's what it looks like. So this is what it says. It looks like this at the back. This is what Alice Walker says at the back of the book. A gift of profound wisdom, insight, and love, an oracle from one who knows. Women Who Run with Wolves is a seminal work on the inner life of women, a creation of poetry and power. It began a revolution and continues to transform the lives of millions around the world. Clarissa Pinkola Estes reveals how within every woman there lives a wild woman, filled with passionate creativity and ageless knowing, but repressed for centuries by a value system that trivializes emotional truth, intuitive wisdom, and instinctual self-confidence. Dr. Estes's enriching bestseller shows how, through the interpretation of story and her psychological commentary, we can reclaim and rejoice in our true feminine power, how we can awaken within the depths of our souls one who is both magic and medicine. Love that. And this is what the Times says. Ignore my glasses in the background there. Forgot they were there. A lexicon for the female psyche that is righteous, upbeat, and unique. The Times. A wonderful book for anybody who cares about their relationships and their lives. And Devlin, they write. I think I bought this on Amazon. And this is what Maya Angelou says about the book. Everyone who can read should read this book. Straightforward. About the author. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, PhD, is an award-winning poet, senior Jungian psychoanalyst, and a cantadora, keeper of the old stories in the Latina tradition. She has been in private practice for many years and is former executive director of the C.J. Young Center for Research and Education in the United States. Her other published works include The Gift of Story, A Wise Tale About What Is Enough, The Faithful Gardener, A Wise Tale About That Which Can Never Die, an 11-volume series, best-selling audio works including Theater of the Imagination, a 12-part live performance series broadcast over National Public Radio broadcasting networks in Canada and the United States. Dr. Estes founded and directs La Sociedad de Guadalupe, a human rights educational organization that broadcasts via audio throughout the world. I hope I said that right, pronounced that right. Okay, this is what my Angelou actually said. On the inside spoke. I'm grateful to women who run with the wolves, and to Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. The work shows the reader how glorious it is to be daring, to be caring, and to be women. Everyone who can read should read this book. Garbage. You know, when you've had the book so long, it's actually turning yellow. Well, I love that about books. Women who run with wolves, contacting the power of the wild woman. I really like the story at the beginning of the book. I actually really like the introduction a lot. It's called Singing Over the Bones, and she goes over stories and fables and breaks them down. Um, so good. Dust, I think it's getting to me. Uh, the Howl, Resurrection of the Wild Woman. Loba, the Wolf Woman. And you have a story about the blue bird. So many good stories just to go story. Sorry, I went out of frame for a bit. I think it's quite dusty. Clear my throat. You can see I've actually dug in some of these pages from ages ago. I see. Okay, I'm going to go through all of these pages. Oh, this one's got my girl, that's really sad. Let me read this bit. To avoid being the little man's girl, I'm just going to lower it down a bit. There, as you can see me more. To avoid being the little match girl, there is one major action you must take. Anyone who does not support your art, your life, is not worth your time. Harsh but true. Otherwise, one walks right in and dresses in the rags of the match girl and is compelled to live a quarter life that freezes all thought, hope, gifts, writings, playings, designing, and dancing. I think this is good advice. Let me know what you think about this book in the comments. Let me hear your thoughts, and if you're going to read this book, I think it's still relevant to this day. I'm going to go back to the next page that dug in. I can't read the story out loud. Because I mentioned something in this video probably might be taken down with that. So anyway, it's page 340 to 341 if you have the book. You can read it in your own time. Next page. Remember this. 4 stages of forgiveness. 1. To forego, to leave it alone. 2. To forbear, to abstain from punishing. 3. To forget, to aver from memory, to refuse to dwell. 4. To forgive, to abandon the debt. And when we're going through reading through all of these phases and trying to do this, yeah, it's sorry, I think it's just making me a bit emotional. Just remembering when I first started reading it and rereading it. Right, the last thing I dug in, or one of the last things, I think I tried to dug in the beginning bit, but then I knew it was going to reread that for ages. General wolf rules for life. 1. Eat. 2. Rest. 3. Rove in between. 4. Render loyalty. 5. Love the children. 6. cavil in moonlight. 8. Attend to the worms. 9. Make love. 10. Howl laughing. She goes through more of these in detail. I love this book so much. So good. I'm going to go back to the bits that are my favourite bits. I hope you're enjoying this video and it's not too boring for you. This is one of my favourite things in forward. We are all filled with a longing for the wild. There are a few culturally sanctioned antidotes. I'll read this again. We are all filled with a longing for the wild. There are a few culturally sanctioned antidotes for this yearning. We were taught to feel shame for such a desire. We grew our hair long and used it to hide our feelings. But the shadow of wild women still lurks behind us during our days and in our nights. No matter where we are, the shadow that trots behind us is definitely forfeited. Clarissa, Pinkola, Estes, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Just find it so. Really feel like I am this wild woman and this wild wolf roaming around, filled with longing for the wild, and I want to stick to rules and stuff like that. And so good. I can really relate to that. Introduction's got singing over the bones. It's one of my favourite bits ever. I'm going to read you just a little bit. What I really liked here. So good. I'll read you a little bit of it. Okay, I think this shows how rebellious he feels. And so like many women before and after me, I lived my life as a disguised creature, like my kith and kin before me. I staggered in high heels and a wadded dress and had to chat, but my fabulous tail often fell below my hemline, and my ears twitched until my hat pitched, at the very least, down over both my eyes, and sometimes clear across the room. I'm not forgotten in the song of those dark years, Ambre del Alma, the song of the starved soul, but neither have I forgotten the joyous canto undo, the deep song, the words which come back to us when we do the work of soulful reclamation. So good. So many good things here. Oh, I think I tried to dog ear the spade a few times. This page is really good. And it says, so what compromises the wild woman from the viewpoint of archetypal psychology, as well as in ancient traditions? She is the female soul, yet she is more. She is the source of the feminine. She is all that is of instinct, of the worlds both seen and hidden. She is the basis, We each receive from her a glowing cell, which contains all the instincts and knowledge needed for our lives. She is the life-death life force, she is the incubator. She is intuition, she is far-seer, she is deep listener, she is loyal heart. She encourages humans to remain multilingual, fluent in the languages of dreams, passion and poetry. She whispers from night dreams. She leaves behind on the terrain of a woman's soul and coarse hair and muddy footprints. These fill women with longings to find her, free her and love her. She is ideas, feelings, urges and memory. She has been lost and half forgotten for a long, long time. She is the source, the light, the night, the dark, and the daybreak. She is the smell of good mud and the back leg of the fox. The birds which tell her secrets belong to her. She is the voice that says, this way, this way. She is the one who thunders at the injustice. She is the one who turns like a great wheel. She is the maker of cycles. She is the one we leave home to cook for. She is the one we come home to. She is the one monkey root of all women. She is the things that keep us going when we think we're done for. She is the incubator for all little ideas and ideals. She is the mind which thinks us. We are the thoughts that she thinks. Where is she present? Can you feel her? Where can you find her? She walks the deserts, woods, oceans, cities, in the barriers and the castles. She lives among queens, among campesinas, in the boardroom, in the factory, in the prison, in the mountain of solitude. She lives in the ghetto, at the university, and in the streets. She leaves footprints for us to try for size. She leaves footprints wherever there is one woman whose fertile soul. So good. Goes on. And like that, I'm gonna leave you with this book. It's really soulful. I really love it. Makes me feel that wild woman, like that wolf inside of me, wanting to get out. Okay. Hope you're staying well and safe.